everyone, welcome to my channel. This will be my first video going up on the channel. I just kind of wanted to start with maybe just a quick flip through of my current planning system. Last year I decided to try a Hobonichi weeks. I was in a standard size traveler's notebook and which seemed to be working okay. And then I kept seeing everybody's posts of their Hobonichi weeks and their spreads, and I was intrigued. So I jumped on Amazon and ordered one. It was kind of late in the year, so I did get the spring start for 2018. I fell in love immediately. I absolutely adore the weeks. I love the versatility of it. You can really get a lot in such a small book. It's absolutely amazing how much you can actually put in there. I was kind of wondering if I would be able to put everything that I had in my standard traveler's notebook into the weeks because it was so small. It is a lot bigger than what you think. That little book packs a mighty punch, let me tell you. So quickly I decided that that was definitely planner piece for me. So on Hobonichi Day, September the 1st, I did pre-order my 2019 weeks. I did not, however, start it until January. I wanted to at least finish out the year in the one I had previously ordered for the spring start. So I did not actually start planning in this one until January. I did go ahead and back plan the month of December just so that I could quickly access those things in here without having to carry two planners. I did not carry that over to the weekly section. I just back planned in the monthly section, and I'll show you that in a moment. I did quickly decide though that I wanted a leather cover or a better cover than just the clear cover on cover. But I wanted to make sure before I made the investment that that was definitely what was going to work for me. So, along with purchasing my new weeks for 2019, Galen Leather was doing a sale close to Christmas, so I did take advantage of that and purchased their Crazy Horse Leather weeks cover. I absolutely love it. It is completely functional for me, as well as protects my weeks and gives me some extra pockets to keep things in. So I absolutely love it. It was worth the money. I definitely say if you're thinking about getting the Galen leather cover for your weeks, go for it. It is well worth the investment. So I guess we'll just jump in. This week's cover did not come with the elastic. Like I said, I came out of a standard size traveler's notebook into this. I was accustomed to having the elastic to hold everything together. This, however, did not come with the elastic on top, and I will talk about that in just a moment. I have a jelly pocket that I keep tucked into the front elastic with my mild liners in it. I do color code my planners. Everybody in my family has a color, as well as work and anything to do with my Etsy store. They have a color. So we will jump in. So with the Galen leather cover, you do get a pin loop on the front cover, which it does have some elastic on the side, so it can expand a little bit. Right now, the current pin that I have in here is just the Sharpie pin. I love it. It dries quickly, no smearing, no bleed through. There is a little bit of shadowing sometimes, but that doesn't bother me. You get one card slot here that I just have a couple of die cuts and my Hobonichi stencil in. I subscribe to Kinley's Doodles Doodle Box. So most of what you will see currently in here is going to be from the April Doodle Box. You get a secretarial pocket, and I just have the April dash card tucked in there with just a little printable insert for lists and things like that. And then you get four more card slots up here, and then you get this slot that I believe comes down to about right here. So you could stick some of I just keep some stickers in there that I use for on the go. And then you get another pocket here And then on this side of the cover, you do get another back pocket there, and then you get the pocket that the other side of your weeks slips into. Like I said, this did not come with an elastic on the front, so after having it for a little while, I decided that I did want some type of closure. So I got my crocodile out, measured, punched a hole, and put some Traveler's Notebook elastic through there. And I have not regretted the decision at all. I have my clear cover on, so yes, it fits in the Galen cover with your clear cover on, or your jelly cover, because I do have some jelly covers as well that I switch out with. Right now I just have some paper in there. This is all from the Kinley's Doodles Doodle Box for April. We got some vinyl decals this month, some doilies, and I just have some die cuts and things that I pieced together from the kit. You do get a little pocket here with the cover, so I just have some loose paper for lists that came out of the March Doodle Box. Again, the doily and the die cut came out of the April Doodle Box. I just have that paper clipped in, just makes it look pretty. I put my Hobonichi clear pocket on the front this year so that if it was in my cover, I could still utilize this pocket that you get with the Hobonichi. I just have some stickers and a little Mickey punch tucked in there. And then I just put some stickers here to kind of decorate things that I enjoy, or just to remind myself to enjoy the journey. This year I'm trying to simplify my life, so my word of the year is simplicity. These were all part of a leftover kit from 1407. I believe it was the Coffee Girl kit. And on this page, if you're not familiar with the Hobonichi weeks, you get a couple of years on 2 pages. You get the current year, the previous year, and then the next year. I do not reference this too much, so I just took some photos, printed out with my sprocket, and stuck them in here. This is a yearly overview. Last year I really didn't know what to do with that, so I kind of started playing around with some ideas, and it really kind of worked for me, so I kind of carried that over to this year. So what I do is I track my husband's vacation, my vacation, workouts, when my daughter's school's closed, things like that. And it's nice to be able to just open that up and quickly see when those dates are or how many times I've worked out. So I really like doing that. And I just have that paper clipped. And all of these tabs that you see, I have either made out of tabs that have come in the Kinley's Doodles box or stickers. This one was actually a sticker. And I took a note from Carrie Harling. I don't know if you have ever seen her videos. You should totally go and check her out on YouTube. She has a fantastic video on how she makes her tiny tabs. And what she does is she tapes them with packing tape to a Post-it removable tab. And so you can take them off, move them around, change them out if you decide you want a different look. I absolutely love them. They're fantastic. I try to keep my months minimal, just maybe some washi, maybe a few stickers. Like I said, I did back play in the month of December, so I just kind of try to keep that very minimal. I did see a video where someone had put these monthly stickers in their weeks, and I loved that idea because the dates are kind of small on here. And I do not like to make a mistake and have to scratch things out in my planner. It drives me bananas. So I did go and purchase these. You can find these at Hobby Lobby. They are not with the planner stuff. They are with the stickers. And I believe they are by Stickabilities. You get half the year in one pack and the other half the year in another pack. But you do get 2 sheets of each 6-month period, which is nice because then you get 2 years basically. Again, I just keep it minimal with the months. I don't get crazy. Some months is a little bit more than others, and some not so much. Like I said, we get tabs every month in our Kinley's Doodle box. I don't know if you guys can see that. And I do like to change them out. So again, I do put them on those Post-it tabs. and that is the month of May. We are quickly approaching. Tomorrow is the first day of May, so I do already have that set up, but normally I forward plan in my Hobonichi on stickies, as you can see here. That way, if something does change, I can scratch it out or put a whole new sticky in there and it's not already in here. And you get not only to December, but they give you January through March to forward plan for 2020, which is super nice because you can go ahead and forward plan and then just transfer everything over to your new weeks for 2020. The weekly section did start the end of November. Like I said, I did not back plan in the weeks, just in the monthly section. I kind of left this open. I had seen another idea where someone had taken and washi in some cute little note paper to make extra note pages out of the unused weeklies that she had not used. And so I did leave that open just in case I did need extra note pages. I did not get the weeks mega because I really wasn't sure if I would utilize all those note pages, and I didn't want to bulk up my weeks unnecessarily. As you can see, you already get, if you are a decorator and use stickers, washi, tabs, any of that stuff, you do kind of bulk up your weeks, if you guys can see that. So I did not want to bulk that up any more than I already had, or was going to. So my weeks has kind of changed as I have went along. I've kind of changed the second page over here. If you are not familiar with the Hobonichi weeks, you get your week on one side of the page and you get grid paper on the other side, which I absolutely love because I find myself getting bored with planners until I had my traveler's notebook, because you can change things up. Things are so versatile. And I think that's one of the things that I absolutely love about the Hobonichi weeks, is that I can change this layout every week if I want to. And that is so, so fun. I do love to watch other people's planner setup videos of all kinds of planners and get ideas for things to do on this page over here. So I do like to change it up. I do not forward plan in my weekly section. I wait. Usually that is something I do every weekend. I will plan out the next week. That way, if I see a layout that I want to try, I will try that. Right now, what seems to be working for me, as you can see, I've tried a lot of different layouts, different trackers over here. I told you before that everybody has a color. I'm a Girl Scout troop leader, so my Girl Scouts have a color so that I can quickly reference that information. My daughter has a color. Our Etsy store has a color, so everybody has a color. Kind of carried that over. I kind of changed my layout here. I found a shop that does have Hobonichi Weeks kits, which is so nice because when I started with the Hobonichi last year, there were not a lot of shops out there that had weekly kits for the Hobonichi. And before I was in a standard traveler's notebook, I came from a Happy Planner. And so I had a lot of Happy Planner stuff left over that I would try to use. And some of it is just too large to go in here. So I would have to cut things down or just not be able to use a lot of the stickers. And even ordering from Etsy, there were not a lot of shops that had Hobonichi-sized stickers. So I absolutely love her weekly kits. She does have a whole Disney line, and so I did on $2 Tuesday a few weeks ago. I took advantage of that and ordered a whole bunch of her Disney kits. And this layout seems to be really working for me. The to-dos are all like work-based to-dos. This week is all home-based to-dos. And then I have a section down here for things that are happening the following week so that I can prepare for them when they're coming up. And then I have me a little yoga tracker down there, or workout tracker rather. Kind of had the same thing going on this week. Work, home, and then my stuff for next week. Started tracking my calories and steps from my fitness tracker. And then I implemented a zone cleaning that I also have listed on the side of it here. Kind of kept that going again. And this was all the Kinley's Doodles April Doodle box. We started getting washi in our boxes now, so this is part of that Kinley's Doodles April Doodle box. And these are Coffee Monster Co. stickers. I love her stickers. Her emojis are so cute. There is this week. And again, I did use the Plan with Pizzazz weekly Hobonichi kit. This one is the Snow White kit. It is absolutely adorable. And then as you can see, that's next week. I have not planned anything on next week. So this weekend I will go and sit down and do that. But it's nice because in the meantime, if I see someone who is using this kit in a different way that I think might be helpful to me, then I haven't already planned here, and I can utilize that then when I do sit down to plan. So you get enough weekly pages, I believe. You get to like the first week of January. Yes, end of December, first week of January is the last week that you get, even though you get those extra months. So you can do a little bit of forward planning if you need to. You get the notes section here. Like I said before, I did not get the Weeks Mega, so I just have the regular version, which seems to be working out fine for me. Again, the reusable tabs. And so I made a wish list. I have books to read. I have a Netflix list. I have a movie list going on. We don't get to go to the movies that often, so it's very short. This page right here I did have to cover up because it has some personal information on it, but I did create a login section for me, and I used these are Happy Planner stickers that I used, and just kind of made a little asterisk there for each thing that I needed login information for. I did leave myself an extra page for that just in case, and then an extra page on this side. I kind of started a personal section here, and this was my zone cleaning schedule in detail. I just kind of put just something to prompt me in the weekly section, and then here's all the details. This, we love to go to Disney World, and every time we go, I think of 3 or 4 things that maybe we should have brought that we didn't bring. So I started last year making a list of things that we need to bring with us that we might not think about packing. So I'll be able to reference this when we go next year. And so I left probably about 20 pages extra in the personal section in case there are other things I want to add. I've created a section in here for my Etsy store. I have not set that up yet. I do have a Stalogy that I use for my Etsy store, but just in case I'm out and about, I needed to be able to reference some of the information for my store quickly without having to carry that around too, so I wanted to kind of put some of that information in here. Left myself probably about 20 pages as well for that. This is school, all the information about my daughter's schools here, things that I need to remember, contacts at the school. And she's in speech therapy, so I have all of her speech therapy information listed here. And then there's a few extra pages on the back. The very last note page I did use for pen testing. Like I said, I do use the mild liners in my Hobonichi. So whatever pen that I choose to use has to be mild liner friendly, because I absolutely cannot live without my mild liners. So that is where I test not only if it dries quickly, but if it smudges once I highlight it. If it smudges, it is a no-go. So as you can see, mostly what's worked out for me is the Sharpie pen. I do have some microns. They work out really well too. But right now I'm really into the Sharpie pen. This was a page that it looked like it had some measurement references on it. Wasn't anything I thought I was going to use, so I did cover that up with a couple of pictures of my family. This is a cute little dangle that came in the April Kinley's Doodles box. I just have it clipped some pages together here, as well as my pencil board is clipped in there. So let's see here. Just some more Japanese writing that came in the Hobonichi Weeks. Again, I have seen people cover this up with either printing something on sticker paper and sticking it in here, or just washing cute note paper in here. So you could do that if you did need extra note pages. Again, just more Japanese writing, which I find is very beautiful, but it's not anything that I would really utilize, like I said, unless I needed it for extra note paper. There is something I forgot to cover up here. There is a contacts page, so you could write there's a place for a couple of addresses and phone numbers and things in here. I do have a couple in here. Things that I have to use regularly is in here that I may not necessarily remember. So they're in here. This page does have like your contact information on here. There's a box that basically, you know, this planner belongs to, and you can fill it out with your name and phone number and address. That way, if you do lose your weeks, hopefully someone will contact you. I just have a couple of important sticky notes here on the back to remind myself. I did washi tape in my clips. They are a little heavy, and I have lost one. Luckily, it was in my backpack that I take to work. So after that, I decided to figure out how other people were keeping theirs in, and I watched a couple of videos where people had washied in their clips with dangles so that they wouldn't be too heavy, they'd fall out. Just a little Wonder Woman sticker here. I did purchase the extra Hobonichi notes, little notebooks that come in a pack of 3. They're not very cute colors, I will tell you. I think there's like a red, a blue, and maybe a brown. So I found myself not really wanting to use it because it wasn't cute. I know that's horrible and it should be functional. But I do like functional and pretty as well. So I took some paper from the Kinley's Doodles April Doodle box and recovered it. And this was like a piece of the packaging, and then there was another one of those vinyl decals that we got this month. And I absolutely love how it turned out. I just keep extra things in here that I might not necessarily need to archive with my planner. That way when I'm done, I can just take it and toss it out. And I did use an extra page in here for pen testing. I tried out some friction pens. I know Sam from Sam Plans, that's what she uses, is friction pens. I do like the friction pens. It just makes me a little nervous. I'm afraid that if I accidentally leave it in my car, that everything I have in here will disappear. That may be a completely irrational fear, but it is one that I do have. I don't know what I would do if everything in here disappeared with the heat. But I do love the friction pens. Just not necessarily for my planner. You also get, with the Galen leather cover, you get a pocket, a zipper pocket. I just have some notes, little page flags, and things like that tucked in there. And that is it, my friends. That is a walkthrough of my Hobonichi weeks. I hope you enjoyed this video. If there's something else you'd like to see, give me a shout. We will upload some more videos with maybe products from our shop as well. We do have some jelly items. I have some new inventory coming to the shop, so I will probably be doing a video here soon of new inventory coming to the shop and kind of some shop chit chat. Don't forget to like and subscribe and drop a comment below. Goodbye.